I'll start with a bigger. So what I'm picking up is pretty big. It's you are in a galactic mission. You have involvement in the galactic councils. I know that you mentioned, you being an angelic, but the first thing I picked up right now, which is probably why it's showing up, it's probably important for you to know now, is your influences and your role in the council. And there's a huge group of council and peoples of decision making that is trying to create a better universe, a better world, but also trying to deal with the matrix, how to work in this universe matrix that is so imperfect, that is so imperfect and so broken and corrupted, and a lot of souls are trapped here. So yeah, so that also explains the connection between you and the angelics, because the angelics are trying to rescue souls that are trapped in this matrix, and you're intentionally lowering your own or making your own soul more dense vibrationally to incarnate as this being, as this multi-dimensional being, including your human being, because you're living multiple lives at once. Your lives are connected with the galactic ones. And that car accident is connected with your mission, with the story, with the events that's been happening in your galactic lives. Like I see a UFO, I see you riding a UFO towards Earth. I see tons of UFO above you in Mexico in the pyramids. Like there's the Stargate as well. Literally a Star Trek story. I've never seen Star Trek. I just know the overview, but it's very much like that. The Stargates are there. You entering into Stargates, in and out.
That really resonates because that has always felt true to my soul, that I'm part of this greater galactic uh, consciousness, and I know that I volunteered to come here. I'm very clear on that, and I had a very difficult like a very difficult child upbringing. I went through a lot of trauma, sexually, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Um, but I know
Yeah,
that I chose that because I remember that I said, I want to learn about love and to
yeah,
be able to help others to open their hearts to love and to be able to be aligned with their own souls. I know that's a huge part of my mission right now. Um, yeah, so that feels very true, and I've had very vivid memories and dreams of being taken aboard. It's not really a light ship. It's
mm,
more like a portal, and it's a, I don't know. I don't think of them as ships necessarily, but I go to this place in this other dimension that where my angels, angelic beings, I don't they live, and it's a priestess, also a priestess culture, and they lay me on a table, this crystalline table, and they do healings on me. They upgrade my frequency, and in this place is very different. Like there's full of gardens. There's giant roses, and I have this just really deep connection with roses and all plant life, but roses especially. And there's temples there, temples of light, and there's colors like that we
yeah,
don't see with our normal eyes, you know.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that explains, because you're literally fighting the Force Light, the entire system. Like the Galactic Council is very. There's a lot of councils out there, and you're the one of the most authentic ones out there. And you know how the government system today is very corrupted. It's like, and it reflects with the galactic councils that many people are channeling Galactic Federation of Light, that in fact they are not truly of the light. They're just pretending to be a light, and you're there with great authenticity, your council, the people around you are also. It also feels like you're the leader. You're one of the leaders, at least. You're that position to keep the council in the right direction and really facing the entire system, even though the whole system is against you. There's so much gaslighting in the place that we live in, that we even begin to question what's actually good and bad when everything is just one, because we don't believe in duality, because we don't come from duality, and there's no duality, it does not exist. And so we're bombarded by all these gaslighting that maybe what we're doing are actually bad, or maybe we're heading in the wrong direction. But there's no wrong direction, there's only one true path that you're heading to. And they're letting you know that you're doing really well. You've helped many souls, like you've survived, you're staying strong, like you've not fallen. That you're far from falling, and you will never fall. Yeah, and lots of timeline jumping too, lots of dimension hopping. The rabbit hole just goes deeper. Our how should I say, our scale of souls, the scale of how powerful the soul is just infinite. I see you in multi universes, like multiverses, parallel of you that's doing the work, is just in a different manner.
Yes. I also work closely with Archangel Michael, and I work to dispel the darkness. And I have this reaction when somebody tells me, for example, we were talking about the Matrix, like somebody says, oh, somebody put a curse on me, or somebody, and my immediate reaction is no, no. And I immediately want to just work and to move that energy out, and to help the person understand that that was an illusion, and that they don't have to be there with that they can raise their frequency and their intention and their consciousness to a place where that doesn't exist. And I don't believe it, even with all the polarity going on right now with the governments and Trump and all that stuff. I have a dear friend, and she's very, very pro-Trump, and I respect that. But I always tell her, like, my loyalties and my faith lies outside of the world. It lies with these councils. I guess I didn't use that word, but now the councils that are helping the earth, the councils that are helping the earth and humanity to awaken. That's truly like where my faith lies and where my truth lies. I don't put my faith in like governments or anything.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and keep up on that. Like, that is a good direction to take. I see that there's a plan that has been ongoing for your side, and that, yeah, you're upgrading this entire universe. It's like there's a plan to upgrade this universe to a better frequency, to a heavenly place, shifting out of duality. I did mention this in one of my old videos, that there are two paths of ascensions. One is literally exiting, one is literally and another one is reprogramming within. And it seems like you're taking the reprogramming path, which is a more braver path. Most people will be like fed up with this place and just want to leave. And a lot are trapped in here. Let's see, is there anything you would like to ask?
I do. I'm interested in my Starseed origin. I have an affinity with a certain group, but I want to see what information you have.
Well, first I'm seeing a lot of blues. I do see a lot of violet beings too. Let's see where are they coming from. It's I'm also hearing names, but I don't think 100% the names and the appearance match. So it could be potentially another Starseed group. The two ones I actually know that can be found on the internet are the Octurians and the Pleiadians. Those two are ones, but they are not the roots that you're seeing.
when I watched your videos, I watched all of them on the Starseed origins, and I listened very carefully. And the one I was very surprised, the one that I resonated with was the Lyrans.
Yeah, Lyran. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely a possibilities for Lyrans. I see that you come. I see you like parallel soul, because your roots are not from this universe. You jumped it to this universe. Your soul jumped it to this universe,
Mm.
and that was 100 years ago. No, it can't be counted by years. There's no time,
Mhm.
and I don't know the name because, frankly, you can't find it on the internet. But I can tell you the appearance that does look a bit similar to the Pleiadians. They do wear blue. They are a bit tall, not too tall, but they're always very blue. Yeah. Which also maybe brings why they're showing me Octurians, Octurus.
Mm. Yeah, the group that what I know about them, I'll just tell you, and then maybe you can tell me more about them. They're what I understand is they've been with me for all my lifetimes,
Yeah.
forever, and
Yeah, and they're connected with the angelics too.
yes, they're called. I
Mm.
call them. I should say, I call them, not what they're called. I call them the crystalline divas of um, the
Yeah.
violet rose light, and it is those, and they are a mass. I don't know, consciousness or being.
Yep.
I
Yep.
think of them as archangels. They're here to. Their mission is to, of course, open human beings to love, to help them to work on their shadow, to heal trauma through the divine feminine, and to heal the divine masculine. But also, they work through it through creativity a great deal. Like they really support creativity.
Yep. Yeah. That true. That makes sense because your origin is not from this universe. The
Mm-hmm.
place you came from transcends time, transcends dimension. Like your whole group is able
Mm.
to time travel, universe travel, dimension hopping. So it's like your origin is not bound by this matrix. Your starseed origin is multiple because you are a very powerful soul and you can have you can experience multiple lives simultaneously. So it's not limited to one. And that's why you can feel, you feel strong resonance with Lyran, you feel strong resonance with probably all the other starseed videos I've
Mm.
covered.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. That makes sense. Um, I think that's why also when people work with me, they tell me that I have an angelic presence. They feel that, like they feel. I
Yeah.
even have a friend who's always told me, you're an angel. Like, you are. I know you are, you know? It's like, oh, okay.
Yep.
um, can I ask you mundane questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm a writer and I just finished a novel, and I'm writing a series actually that will contain a lot of these teachings to help people.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if you can tell me anything from the Akasha about me being a writer.
Yeah, I see you drawing a lot of information from different timelines and from different dimensions because your knowledge or your consciousness is very huge and it expands beyond. You being a timeline jumping and dimension hopper really increase the pool that you can draw information from. Like most people, they are limited to one universe, or when their consciousness is still developing, they don't have what you have.
Also, since I was a child, I sing this language of light. Um, You know, it's not. It's the language of light, and it consists of tones. Um, these kind of celestial tones that I sing out of my body, and is that part also of my just my origin that's natural to me.
Yes, a lot of the music and the frequencies are heavily influenced from your origins and the angelics. In fact, it is very commonly used to raise emotions and the feelings of the inner self, but also your surroundings because they are elevating frequencies. But at the same time, there is also a starseed origin. This is very near the water. In fact, it's mostly water planet. Reminds me of the Mintakans or the Syrians. I am getting a feeling. Yeah, I'm getting it's both, but I'm more
Mm,
strongly leaning to Mintakans for your case that you've picked this
okay.
skill, or more like not the skill, but just have a strong affinity to music in general.
That's so interesting you say that because is that where jellyfish are?
Yeah, lots
I
of mermaids.
I absolutely love, like, soul love jellyfish. I go to the, the museums, the aqua places, and I would just sit with them. I just sit with them and I feel like, oh, my family. Like, I just have so much reverence for them, and they're so beautiful. They're so amazing. It's like I get them. And it's like, oh, I've always felt like that with jellyfish. I just love them so
Yeah, with
much.
jellyfish, with water in general, you should probably
Mm-hmm.
be more near in water, and then you can connect with music a lot better, or frequencies a lot better when you're near or in water.
Mm. Oh, I wanted to ask about Mexico. What do
Mm.
you, I told you I'm Mexican American. I was born here. I only been there once recently, but in the last, I don't know, maybe 10 years, I've been called there back. I've been being called back there. Do you see any or know of any, like, lifetimes or work that I've done there in the past that is calling
Oh, you
me?
mean past lives?
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It has to do with the pyramids. A lot of your role there, maintaining the pyramids, purifying the pyramids, guardians of the pyramids. And this is a very famous pyramid, I believe, in Mexico. I don't know the name, but if I look it up on Google, pyramid. Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza,
Yeah,
yes.
somewhere like there.
Okay.
Yeah, it does look like Chichen Itza, the pyramid I saw.
Okay.
There is also a portal inside the pyramid that you can access. It feels like it's a portal that you've always been accessing.
Mm,
Well, also the Stargate that I mentioned.
mhm.
It's it's a very important teleportation device for you and your soul, your spirit. Like you also use it to astral project to connect with your other selves.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how far you leave, but I guess distance doesn't matter because your spirit can travel light speed.
Mhm. Um, is there anything that you can tell me about my connection to the city that I'm moving? It's called San Miguel de Allende,
San Miguel de oh,
and it's Allende.
yeah, I found it.
Okay.
Oh, looks like a beautiful city. Looks very European. Hmm. I guess it's not a very like major, like major type of city. Am I
No,
correct? No, yeah.
it's a famous city, but it's not very big.
Mm,
But I
that's
feel,
a bit
yeah,
better.
yeah, I feel like it's a center for creativity. Actually, there's a lot of writers and artists there.
Yep.
And that parochia that you see in the picture, that church, that kind of pink church, do you see that in any of the pictures?
Yeah, yeah. Just looked it up. Yes, yes.
I, I feel like that's a portal, like it's built on quartz or a vortex or something. I'm so drawn to it.
Definitely there is a possibility. In fact, it's something that you can tap in, something that you have access in. But the city it seems like a very good place, as you mentioned.
Mhm.
It's a very good place for you to live, for you to focus on your hobbies, your goals. It's a healthy city, I feel like.
Yes.
In fact, it's because you're living in this higher dimension of the city, like higher realities of the city. You have
Mhm.
chosen, like, you're able to tap into the higher vibrations of the city. Because in Mexico, uh, physically, like most people would, I live in Asia and most people would be like, Mexico's not safe.
Yeah, that's not
Mhm.
true. Yeah, it's a really beautiful country, a very spiritual country.
Yeah,
Um,
I know that a lot of South America is very spiritual. Mm.
there's a lot of UFOs there in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why I saw a lot of UFOs when I tap
Yeah.
into, you know, your location. Lots of UFOs there,
Hmm.
especially the pyramids. A lot there. And that
Hmm.
that the same UFO from your same team is there 24/7. So if you go to the
Oh,
pyramids, like you may see it or you can definitely tap in it
okay.
in a more direct way.
Okay.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if you want to just check one last time if there's anything else that would be helpful for me to know. I don't have any more questions.
Well, I can tell you your angelic home, your vision, it it's literally made with light. It's a light city. It's a civilization. It feels like you like to live in a more populated city compared to most of the Starseeds. So,
Mm.
like, yeah, because you live in your root origin, your angelic city is also a city with a lot of architectures there, lots of creativity. We mentioned a lot of, yeah. Maybe you're drawn to architectures. You like,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
I
you like
am.
building and crafting those
Hmm.
type of arts.
Yeah, I like to be surrounded by beauty.
Yeah, and so you love building cities too, perhaps.
Mm.
I see that in that angelic realms, like you were designing cities,
Mm.
designing, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've always been drawn to beautiful churches and beautiful architecture, and
Yep.
yeah, I'm very drawn to that specific church there. The architecture is amazing.
Yeah, the churches have very good music that you are so
Yes.
drawn to.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That
just
brings you the frequency that, that question you asked me about music and sound.
yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I actually like to go to churches when they're empty and sing in them. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's really connects with your home. It connects you to your home. One of the things that I tell souls is that find something that connects to home the most.
mm,
And seems like you have quite a few. You have many. And Mexico, the city you point out, seems like a very good place.
okay. Thank
It's not clouded too, so
No, it's not. It's a kind of a small city, but it's like very sophisticated.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, thank you, Ko, so much.
no
You really
problem.
validated so much for me. This has been really uplifting. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you
Glad.
and all the work that you're doing.